What is going on, everybody? I am back today. I haven't made a video in a while. It's been a few days. It seems like every day I was putting a video out, which was awesome. I love putting content out, but there hasn't really been much going on the last few days besides the Familia event and then Wargame. But this is my weekly or bi-weekly Wargame video. So what I've noticed this Wargame season is I haven't played like at all today, which is crazy, but everyone is running physical. I've played, a handful of Magic teams. I have played a lot of physical teams, and I've played against Inverse Eyes a lot. So that is something to think about. I think we have 3 days left. Yeah, we have 3.5 days left. So that's something to think about for sure. There's Votto all the way up at the top. All right. But anyway, see me down here at number wherever I am. I don't know where I am. There I am, 23. So that's happened within the last hour because he's still not. Well, interesting. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I am in Hero 2, so that is cool. Little flex. I hit Hero 2 without losing a game, without dropping a game. So that was awesome. First time that has happened to me, so I was very, very excited about that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. We're going to look at the top teams, we're going to look at my teams, and then we might trial battle a couple people to see what's going on. So I know that Votto is playing a physical team. He's playing an ailment team, though, so his team has actually gotten a lot better over the past little while because he was just playing Physical Rush, and, if you guys remember from my last videos, I would trial battle him every season, and I would win, like, every time almost, and but now, his team is really good. I mean, his team was good before. He was always, he was Hero 2, Hero 3 before. But his team is really good. He is Hero 1, so congrats to him for that. But anyway, we just have Bell, we have Movie Bell, we have New Year Bell, we have Gareth, and we have, of course, Artemis. It's really cool that there's Artemis and the Ailment guys because that'll boost their attack for sure a lot. So what this team is doing is the first bell stuns, the second bell seals, and then Gareth taunts. So there's going to be ailment after ailment. He also runs the slow Hestia to remove one of the ailments so that only one more character needs to clear the Hestia assist before he can start ailing. I'm a big fan of running 2 ailment assists. However, I understand that assists are really tight and sometimes you just can't squeeze 2 ailment assists in there, but it is what it is. But anyway, so this team looks really good, just a bunch of ailments. Ailment is the team that I would like to run, to be honest. I love ailment teams. I hate playing against ailment teams, but I would love to use one. Anyway, next we have a Physical Rush team. It's interesting. I've actually played against him. I think I've played him twice this season, and I think I beat him once and got beaten by him once. So, his team is really solid. We have a debuffer. We have Lenore. I'll go from left to right. We have Lenore. We have the buffer, which is Artemis. We have Inverse Eyes, like I said, and then she's really good. Let me just take a side note and say that 25% HP poison is crazy. Sorry if I'm talking a little bit funny. I bit my tongue or something, and there's like a sore on it now. But anyway, Inverse Eyes, 25% HP poison is crazy. And then we have, obviously, the debuffer, which is Ryu. Once I max mine out, I'm probably going to be running her as well because she is light and she synergizes with my team. And then just the back row is Tione and Bell, which are all really solid physical units. And then a new assist on Artemis, which is the Hestia. She has a double S in strength and an S in speed, which is really good. That's a really good stat split up for an assist, and she's super good. She decreases your opponent's speed and decreases their physical resist. So I replaced Attack on Titan Levi on my team with her, which I'm liking so far. Because moving first is a really important thing in Wargame right now, especially. So, and then just the ailment resist Hestia, and then we have Artemis, because Artemis is really good for assists. And then both of the damage cancelers in the back, which I really like. That's where I play them. I may have switched Chloe to the front, actually. Anyway. Sagiri, Lafia Cult, leader. Vehicle! Anyway, he is playing a Magic team. My mind just blanked there. We have, the best Magic characters besides Raul. Raul does require some setup, though, with assists and everything, so I understand why he wouldn't be playing him. If he doesn't have all his assists, or maybe he just doesn't have max roll. I'm not sure. But we do have the, insane eyes, the New Year's eyes. We have Lafia. We have Lily for the magic buff, and then Ryu for the poison and for the debuff. Single target in the back, which is crazy. She does have an AoE attack, though, which is also high, I believe, so, she's fine as well. She's actually really good. Just all-around unit. Then we have Hestia, Crunchyroll Hime, which is crazy. I haven't seen a lot of them in a while, but Crunchyroll Hime is really good. She does stun and then 15% magic, which is good. Resist, ailment resist, and then magic debuff, which is cool. That's for eyes, obviously. But yeah, sweet. More resistors in the back, which is I like I said. I've been advocating for that, so I dig it. Another Magic team. The eyes up front's interesting to me, but I dig it. We have it's a little interesting to me, though. We do have Bath Eyes in the front, which is at 60. Ryu, Lily, and Reveria. So Ryu, Lily, and Reveria are an interesting combo. Unlike Magic teams that I've seen before, but it's obviously working, so I dig it. But it is a little spontaneous there. And then we have Hermes, whatever his name is, and 2 Hestias. Obviously, those are really good. The one Hestia, I don't have to explain. The Reindeer Hestia is plus 10% magic, plus 10% fire, and plus 10% wind, I believe. And then the Valentine's Day Hestia, which I haven't seen many people run, but is really good. I actually have her maxed on my Japanese account. She's really good. No Chloe. Point that out. No Chloe, which is crazy, especially with all of the physical teams that I've seen. So I'll probably do 2 more, and then I'll just show you guys my team. Maybe try battle a couple times, and we'll call it a day. Oh, we got to look at the top units as well, because that has changed a lot. Another Magic team. See, I said that there's a handful of Magic teams, but this is the basic Magic team. We've already gone over this. But I swear I've been playing more physical teams. Maybe that's just me, though. Another Ryu plus 4. I've seen a lot of Ryu's plus 4, which is crazy. Maybe I should just throw mine in there. She's plus 3, though. So he is playing Chloe up front, and Aiden in the back. New Hestia. So just kind of basic. Physical Rush team. Inverse Eyes is on there, and Lenore and Artemis. So it's more focused on dark, I guess. There's 2 dark units, 2 light units in the front. However, it's not like the 2 light units give light buffs or anything. They just give strength buffs. Strength buff and then debuff. So, but anyway, here is, that's it. And let's look at the popular units. Alright, so the top 6, I think we did 6, were actually quite a bit different from, all of them were different except for 2 teams were the same, pretty much the same, and everything else is pretty much different, which is crazy. So we have Bell first, which is cool. He's back. Devil Princess Eyes, Inverse Eyes, was number 1 yesterday, which surprised me. It was crazy, but it looks like she has fallen back now that the, I guess, older players, top players have started grinding up. Honor Session Bell is back. Then we have Artemis. Obviously, I don't have to explain that, I don't think. Black Fist and Lenore, which is interesting at number 3. I would think that, Eyes or, somebody else like that would be number 3 instead of Lenore, but that's cool that Lenore's being played as much as she is. Roaring Gale Ryu, so debuffer. I do want to play her, like I said. There's a lot of good light support. Artemis, Ryu, and Toka are all light units, and they're all in top 10, which is crazy. Then Devil Princess Eyes, she's really good. Like I said, Poison, super good. Nightmare Kurumi, also really good. She is a dark assist unit. She's not an assist, but you guys know what I mean. A support unit. There we go. And she is super good. She decreases speed for your opponent, so that is going to help a lot, especially with the new Hestia assist. It's going to decrease speed a lot. If you guys notice a trend here, there's a lot of light and dark units in the top 10. So there are 1, 2, 3 light units, and then 1, 2, 3 dark units, which is, light and dark teams are becoming, I guess, more popular. I was hoping that would become the case with the introduction of water teams, because that was kind of the first themed team. So I was hoping that it would become a thing back then, but it hasn't really. And I'm happy that it's becoming more of a thing now with light and dark teams, especially at least a little. We'll probably go into that more in the future as more come out, but I'm happy that it's becoming a thing. Let's see, where were we? Kurumi, we have Toka, she buffs light and debuffs light resist, so she's super good. Pretty Lady Ryu, she is... Oh, she's like Summer Eyes. She debuffs physical resist and such. Also wind resist, I believe. Wintercream Lily, so she's the magic Artemis, pretty much. She's also a healer. She's super good. Super good. Best healer in the game, in my opinion. And then Elf's Honor Lafia, which is still hanging in there at number 9, tied at number 9. Assist, Sly Cat Chloe, Sacred Fire Hestia, Ceremonial Flame Hestia, Chief Goddess Hestia, stuff that you would expect. Chief Goddess Hestia is creeping in there at number 4, though, which is crazy. Tied with Minstrel Elf Aina. And then Artemis is number 6. Kunichi Goddess Hestia number 7. So Artemis and Kunichi Goddess Hestia are getting in there together. Aaron, which is cool that he's still on the list. Handmaid Elf Aina, which is physical resist, which makes sense. She does something else too, but I can't really remember. Then Queen of Beauty Freya, which is AoE damage reduction, and something else. But let's see. Physical resist supports. So like Hestia, Artemis, Hestia, Aaron. There are 4 out of the top 10 are specifically for physical teams. Sacred Fire Hestia has to be on physical teams as well, so that's 5. Sly Cat Chloe is super good for physical teams, so 6. It's just there are a lot of physical assists, whereas I don't think there's a single magic specific assist. Queen of Beauty Freya may have a magic buff, I'm not sure. But other than that, it's crazy how much the assists are geared toward physical. Alright, so let's check out my team now. The video's getting a little bit long, and then I'll try battle a couple people and we'll call it a day. So pretty much what I have here is I have Toka, I have Belle, Honor Session Belle, Artemis, and then the movie Belle. So what is good about my front line, in my opinion, is that... My hair's getting nice. But in my opinion, is that Toka buffs light and debuffs light resist for your opponent. Skip Belle for a second. Artemis buffs strength. And then Belle is an ailment. He is a stun. So that's good to have at least 1 ailment. I would like to have 2 if possible, but 1's fine for now. But the good thing about my front row is we have some diversity there. We have, a buffer. We have an ailment. We have a buffer/debuffer for Toka. And then, Belle's just... Honor Session Belle is just Honor Session Belle. He's just a hard hitter. But everything in my front row is light, besides Honor Session Belle. But they're all light, so they're all going to benefit off Toka, and they're all going to benefit off of Artemis. So they're all light, they're all physical, so that is just really, really good synergy. Because when I saw Toka, I thought, wow, this is a second Artemis. It's crazy. For me, at least, it is a second Artemis, pretty much. Artemis does 35% strength buff, and then Toka will do a total of 50% light buff, and that will affect my team just as much because they're all light. Once I get Ryu up here in place of Honor Session Belle, they will be all light. So it'll be really crazy. And I'll probably put Honor Session Belle in the back row once that happens. But that is what the plan is for now. But in the back row, I just have some heavy hitters that'll come in and hopefully clean up once they rotate in. So I did have Artemis in the front row, the assist, but I switched Chloe and Artemis because I was having some trouble losing to physical teams, just not having enough time to get buffed and to get damage out there. And a lot of Magic teams right now are kind of slow-paced. They're kind of the tank teams. So you have a little bit more time with them most of the time. The Magic teams in Hero 1, however, are just kind of Magic Rush, so it's kind of the same problem. You'll probably die before you can get, the damage output out as high as you want. But anyway, and for the assists, I have the new Hestia at level 80, so she's really good debuff speed. I opted for her over Titan Aaron because she does debuff speed, and most everyone in top runs the Ceremonial Flame Hestia, so they're not going to, take the stun. They're not going to get stunned. But they are going to get speed reduced because that has nothing to do with assists. Their speed's just going to get reduced. That's just how it is. And I think that that's really good. But anyway, and then the physical resist reduction. Then we have Chloe, obviously. We have Ceremonial Flame Hestia, obviously, which is super good for ailment resist. Everyone is playing it, and I was like, if you get an ailment put on you, it's not that bad for an assist, but it is, because they can pretty much wipe your whole team without you doing any damage. If you get, like, your whole team stunned, or even your whole team slowed, like, it really hurts. And then Sacred Fire Hestia, which is super good because her paired with the new Hestia increases your speed and decreases your opponent's speed, which is just going to hopefully automatically make you faster than your opponent, which is super good. So keep that in mind when you're trying to decide what physical resist debuffer to run if you're running a physical team. So Artemis in the back row, I didn't really like this, but she does only have the one effect. She is just a strength buffer. She's a really good strength buffer, but everything in the front row has, like Sacred Fire Hestia has two effects. She's a damage buffer and a speed buffer. I was thinking about switching them because Artemis in total does more damage, but doesn't give you speed, so I opted to keep Sacred Fire Hestia in the front. Whereas the new Hestia, I thought about also putting her in the back row, but she debuffs speed, and so I just thought that that was probably better than having just straight more strength. Anyway, then just the next assist in the back row is Ana, which is pretty self-explanatory. Magic teams hit really hard, so they're going to probably wipe at least two of my characters. They rotate in, and Eyes makes everyone unaffected by magic attacks. So that's cool. That is my team. I will just go ahead and play... Let's play Vado again. I'll play Vado, and I'll probably play the second place, and then we'll call it a day. So let's see how my team does against Vado. I've played him a couple times. I've lost to him, and I've beaten him, so I'm not really sure how this is going to go. I don't like playing against ailment teams, though. They're super bad for me. So you saw Toka buffed, Artemis buffed, and so I'm just going to be doing a lot more damage than I would have been doing. Well, character's dying, but it's fun. So Gareth, they were taunted. Yeah, okay, and then Toka just does a ton of damage because of the double buffs on her. And then just Levi's left, and like I said, they rotate in. They're just heavy hitters in the back, and they take care of Levi. So that's how that worked. That went pretty much how it's supposed to go. Toka buffed. I think Toka debuffed after. I'm not sure, but she did hit really hard. So that was really nice. Let's go ahead and battle Day Jesus. Day Jesus, like I said, I think I've played him twice, and his team's super good. So let's try him out. Battle. But yeah, like, my team is light themed, and I do think that themed teams like that are the way of the future. Like, no one in top right now really has element themed teams. However, I do think that eventually we will be seeing element themed teams more. So this is half dark, half light, which is cool, but none of the there's not like dark/light buffs on his team to deal that extra damage. He's whipping my butt anyway, but it doesn't really matter. But, could you imagine the power of that team with the extra buffs? So, anyway, that is it, I believe, for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. Just kind of a meta discussion, what all is going on right now, what you need to look forward to in the future with element teams. I do think that is going to be an awesome thing. Watch out for physical teams. Watch out for magic teams too, because they'll sneak up on you. But I do think that you need to be more prepared for physical teams this season. Anyway, good luck for the rest of the season, guys. I hope that you get in whatever rank you want to get into, and I will see you next time. Peace.